Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
UFC Fight Night takeaways. A bright future for Tom Aspinall and Arnold Allen proved the depth of the featherweights London, after his submission victory in the main event of the UFC Fight Night card Saturday. Tom Aspinall told me he was pacing himself against Alexander Volkov, because of the massive respect he has for Volkov's durability. And he still put Volkov away in the first round, capping a night of memorable finishes with a key victory for Aspinall's future in the heavyweight division. UFC President Dana White always says, if a fighter wants to be a star, they got to win. That is first and foremost. And he is right, of course. Winning is important. But a lot of guys win, not all of them become stars. Here is why Aspinall could be. He is a finisher. He has never even seen a third round in his career. He is also well-spoken. He is likable. And while he is not a traditional trash talker, Aspinall will make you care about his fights organically. Lastly, fighting out of a region where you can have a built-in fan-base doesn't hurt. Most of White's post-show news conference Saturday praised the English MMA scene and promised a return soon. If Aspinall keeps winning and this country embraces what he is doing, that adds up to significant star potential moving forward. Brett Okamoto Arnold Allen and the featherweights are the most entertaining division in the UFC. Play 044 Dan Hooker, Arnold Allen trade blows early. Dan Hooker and Arnold Allen give the London fans their money's worth in round 1. I've kind of felt this way for a while. Everybody always wants to pump the lightweights, and I get it. Lightweight is stacked and it has been filled with some of the biggest draws in the sport recently. Conor McGregor, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Nate Diaz. Chock full of stars. Bantamweight is also phenomenal. In my opinion, Petr Yan is in the running for the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. But Saturday, the Allen-Hooker fight stood out. Allen is criminally overlooked because he is not loud on the mic and hasn't fought in high-profile spots, but he is an exceptional talent. With a 9-fight win streak, who knows? Could he be a top 3 guy in the division? We just haven't had the right circumstances to find out yet. Max Holloway still looms. Look at what Calvin Kattar did in his last performance. Featherweight is the baddest division in the UFC right now. Okamoto Molly McCann is good fun. Play 101 McCann grabbed sensational win behind spinning elbow. KO Molly McCann wins with an incredible spinning elbow knockout and immediately runs to celebrate with Dana White and a replica title belt. One of the best post-fight memories I have is after a UFC Fight Night event in June 2019 in Greenville, South Carolina. After the fights were over, a lot of the fighters and their teams and UFC staff ended up at a rooftop bar on Main Street. McCann was among those in attendance. UFC Fight Night, Volkov vs Aspinall. All fights from UFC Fight Night, Volkov vs Aspinall will be available to watch on ESPN+. Alexander Volkov vs Tom Aspinall. Paddy Pimblett vs Kazula Vargas. Arnold Allen vs Dan Hooker. Shamil Abdurakhimov vs Sergei Pavlovich. Hi Herbert vs Ilia Topuria. Mike Grundy vs Makwan Amirkhani. Molly McCann vs Luana Carolina. Nikita Krylov vs Paul Craig. Mohamed Mokaev vs Cody Durden. Jack Shaw vs Timur Valiev. Cory McKenna vs Elise Reed Watch. The complete card on ESPN+ at one point in the night. A replay of the event was being shown on the screens, and McCann's fight came on. McCann started going wild, watching herself defeat Ariane Lipski by decision. The entire bar watched McCann moving with herself on screen. It was a great moment, and she delivered another one Saturday with her highlight reel spinning elbow knockout of Luana Carolina. The love McCann has for her craft is so evident. She arguably enjoys it more than anyone on the roster. After securing the knockout, McCann did a sprinting victory lap around the perimeter of the octagon to the delight of the fans in the O2 in London, and finished it by hugging Dana White and, somehow, producing a UFC belt out of thin air from the crowd. It was classic Meatball Molly. Will McCann ever reach title challenger status? Who knows if she'll ever get there. McCann has had success in the UFC, yet she has a long way to go to break into that kind of opportunity. But will Meatball Molly bring the fun every time out? That's guaranteed. Okamoto Ilia Topuria lives up to the hype, sets himself up for grudge match. Ilia Topuria shook off a rocky start against Hi Herbert and earned a second-round knockout to push his record to 12-0 with 3 straight wins to start his UFC career. Chrisen Kazufa LLC Saturday WASNT. The first fight Topuria took part in this week. A few days ago, Topuria and Paddy Pimblett got into a scuffle at the Fighter Hotel in London. Pimblett threw a bottle of hand sanitizer at Topuria before Topuria,